Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Hello. Sorry, just checking something there. Welcome to our session. If you are here to talk about Data Cloud, then you are in the right session. Our session is called Why Should Marketers Care About Data Cloud? We hope you're having a wonderful day at Dreamin', that you've got some lunch and you're refreshed and ready to go. I've got Jen Kazin here from GreenKey Digital, and she's going to be talking all about Data Cloud. And we were just talking backstage. She only has one monitor, so once she shares her screen, that is all she's going to be able to see. So I might pop on and off the screen to interrupt you, Jen, but go ahead and introduce yourself if you would.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. And I'm really happy to be here. I've been speaker at Dreaming for several years and really happy to be here again today. So I'm actually a consultant. I'm a marketing cloud account engagement consultant. That's my background. But I chose this topic because I see so much transformation happening in Salesforce and specifically in the marketing space. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about all the change. And one really key component for the underlying glue for all the change that's happening is Data Cloud. And so I did get certified on Data Cloud this summer, and so wanted to share a little bit of like my perspective, what I see, and with you today. And this is not a technical, this is not going to be graphics and schemas. And I mean, it's more of understanding the concepts and also getting excited about some of the things that I see coming down the road.
All right, thank you, Jen. And I'm going to be keeping track of questions. So if you have any feedback or questions, go ahead, throw them in the chat. And I'm gonna, Jen and I already agreed, so don't think I'm being rude, that I will get on stage and interrupt her. But Jen, why don't you go ahead and try to share your screen, just make sure we're all set there, and then I will leave you be.
All right, perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna leave stage, Jen, thank you.
All right, everything looks good then, Nick?
Yes, it does, yep.
Perfect. All right, so like I said, I did my introduction already, so I'm gonna just go ahead to the first slide. So my first question to everyone is just horse versus car, and you don't need to respond to this, it's more of just a hypothetical, but put yourself back into the 1900s. So think about, gosh, what was life like back then? Horses, buggies were very prevalent. Kind of thinking around the 1898 to 1910 era. But then the automobile was also created. And so if you think about it, it was a precipice. There was a lot of change happening. And I like to use this because as I continue, horse versus car, if you continue to ask yourself, there was advantages to both. Horses were cheap and effective. They also created a lot of jobs, but horses also had problems like pollution, noise, and traffic, right? Horses were slow and they took up a lot of space. Where cars were seen, they were cleaner, safer, more efficient. And they also were, but the problem with cars is they were more expensive, like maintenance, gas, insurance, repairs. And I added a slide just to clarify. It's not like maintenance to your car today, right? We sit here in 2024. I mean, I think about, I maintain my car maybe annually, if that. But back in the 1900s, some of the key problems with cars, they were really slow to start. You might have been a steam engine or it could be a gas car, but it was hard to start, really difficult to maintain. Like if you had a steam engine car, you had to stop and refill with water. I had read something else that like if you went on a long car ride, it was known that you would probably have to replace 1 or 2 tires throughout the duration, right? It's not like what you know today. So it was very different. So you really were weighing the pros and cons of the situation. So kind of a silly analogy, but I like to use it because I think of like the horse as Sales Cloud. Sales Cloud has been around for 25 years. In the world of technology, that's quite a long time, pretty mature. And I like to think of Data Cloud as the car, something that's new, it's innovative. People can see the promise of it, but there's still some challenges with it. And how are we going to work through that? Data Cloud, it's futuristic, transformational, maybe even disruptive, right? It's changes happening. And so I like to use this quick analogy, and we'll circle back at the end. But let's talk more about what Data Cloud is, and by definition. So this is Salesforce's definition. Data Cloud is a platform that unifies all of your company's data into a single platform, giving you a 360-degree view of customers that allows you to analyze analytics, personalize engagement, and power AI. I know this is Salesforce's definition. That's why I wanted to at least get it on record, because that's technically accurate. It's what it does. I just feel that when I say that to someone, they're like, I still don't get it. Or, so I'm like, what does it really mean? What is Data Cloud? But it creates a holistic customer view by turning high volumes of disconnected data into a single trusted model that's easy to access and understand. So the second sentence below, I think, is a little easier to maybe get and to grasp. But I like to explain Data Cloud with this little Plinko board. So if you've ever seen a Plinko board, this maybe is like stands up against a wall, it's vertical. And what I would do is at the top here, I could actually pour, like imagine like a big jar of marbles, and they would fall down through, hit these little pegs and down and below. So I actually like to think of this when I think of what is Data Cloud doing. So if I had a jar of marbles, you can see all these different colored marbles. Each color might represent something different, like a data source that's very different. But they're also colored. And so you can see as they fall through, Data Cloud is actually categorizing them, grouping them, matching them. And so you can see what is somewhat, as the marbles are falling, data that's coming from all different places, not really usable, not really sure what I can do with it. It's the process of going through Data Cloud is actually organizing it and putting it into a format that you're going to be able to use. And specifically with marketing. So if you have data coming from a variety of places, like, my service cloud, my sales cloud, my ERP, anything that's, different areas, you're actually able to pull together and use it. So Data Cloud it's a way to unify your data. So this is kind of my definition. Again, it unifies data. So here on the example I have, imagine Anne, she's a Salesforce contact. So she's a contact in your Salesforce. So her name is Anne S. Boyle. There's her email and her phone number. Okay, so your Sales Cloud is one source of data. You also might have ERP. So Anne Boyle might also show up in there. And ERP might be like all your accounting transactions. Like it shows all the purchases that were made, all year round throughout the company. So maybe Anne made a purchase for your company. So simple enough. You're like, big deal. Data Cloud puts these two together. But let's just stop for a second. So like, look at how the Anne is spelled differently. A-N-N-E. Maybe she actually just typed her name wrong or something. Or like I said, my name, Jenny, Jennifer has lots of versions of it. Sometimes I see different versions of my name sometimes. Sales Cloud and Data Cloud is smart enough to know, even though the name is different and I see different emails, it's able to do a fuzzy match on the name and also normalize the phone numbers to say, hey, these are a match. This is the same person. And so, like I said, it's sophisticated. We're not talking about, the emails are just matching. It's being able to take data from different sources that have different formats, slightly different information that actually is truly meant to be similar, and it's pulling it together. So what? Big deal. So this is what Data Cloud does. Like how does this pertain to me? I work in marketing. So the big reason why marketers should care about Data Cloud is that the new platform, Marketing Cloud, is going to sit on top of Data Cloud. And that's the big So if you just think about right now, when you use, if you're familiar with Salesforce, like how many times is a marketer talking about a lead or a contact or an opportunity or a campaign? I mean, quite a bit, right? Because you're usually using the data in your Sales Cloud. And so therefore, those are common discussions. Well, now the new Marketing Cloud is going to sit on top of Data Cloud. So a lot of the terminology and the functionality and just intuitively understanding how Data Cloud works is really important for a marketer, because your system is going to be, like I said, your new marketing platform will be sitting on top of that. So the new Marketing Cloud, and this again, new Marketing Cloud, I'm not talking about Marketing Cloud like the former Exact Target or Marketing Cloud Engagement. This is the new marketing app. Sometimes it's referred to as Marketing Cloud on Core. I've also heard it called like Marketing Cloud Growth or Marketing Cloud Advanced. So the new era of marketing app, it's built on Einstein 1, which is a platform that helps deploy AI models. And like I said, and it also is a feature inside Einstein 1 is the data cloud. So this, I guess, is to me the crux of why I think it's really important for marketers to learn. I've spent some time in the new marketing cloud, and it clearly, like, you can just learn, oh, I just need to push on this tab, or I need to go to this button and hit this. But like when you understand data cloud, it's going to be more intuitive. You're going to have a better understanding of what's actually happening behind the scenes. So here's another way of explaining it. Again, I'm an account engagement consultant, so I'm probably a little bit of a slant of explaining through the eyes of Marketing Cloud account engagement. But right now, our current world, most companies have a marketing platform that's connected to Sales Cloud. Again, account engagement has that. Sometimes Marketing Cloud engagement has that capability, and quite frankly, other competitors, other marketing platforms have that same capacity and where it's a platform connected to Sales Cloud. What you're going to see in the future is your marketing platform is connected to Data Cloud. And like I said, Data Cloud with its core capability of organizing data, like that Plinko board, like helping you take disorganized data and making it very organized. That's its key functionality. So you can see my Sales Cloud can connect into Data Cloud. My Service Cloud plugs into Data Cloud. And then on the right, I have like, it's a question mark there. Like that means like it could be anything. You might have webinars. Maybe webinars is a big part of your marketing. So you basically maybe are plugging in all your webinar data will feed into Data Cloud. Or you might have, like I said, the ERP. Maybe you have some transactions in your Sales Cloud, but not all of them. And so now, like, hooking into the greater database, like gives you a full access of all the different transactions. And there might be some things there that also becomes very useful as you try to engage and re-engage with prospects. This is a diagram that I really liked. It also, again, I think shows kind of the complexity and the sophistication that's coming. I got this from Salesforce, but I really like it. And it sticks in my mind, so I wanted to share with everybody here today too. So again, account engagement, it's got limited touch and reach, right? As we know, if you have a prospect in account engagement, it's going to connect with an opportunity, a lead, a contact, and a campaign, right? That's standard functionality and account as well. Whereas you can see the Marketing Cloud Growth and Advanced, you can see there's far more interconnection and reach, right? You're going to be able to connect into custom objects, cross-object merge fields, right? All that is because of the infrastructure behind there is going to open a lot more doors and opportunities. And don't worry about not being able to read all the little bubbles on the right. It's just meant to provide a visual of like another level of connectivity that's going to give you more capabilities. So enough about the concepts. Let's actually jump into more of a concrete example. So this is Casey's. It's a convenience store. I literally just went there today and had pizza right before my session today. It's really close to my house. But I really like this example because it's really illustrates some of the power of what you can do with Data Cloud. So Casey's is a convenience store, which means that you can drive there and buy gas. If you walk inside, of course, you can buy soda or chips, any type of like basic items for your car, for maintenance, things like that. Coincidentally, they have really good pizza. I just had a Supreme and it's really good. But I also think Casey's, they kind of are a first mover on the marketing side. So with Casey's, you can either purchase something in store or when you buy gas, like there's ways that you can actually access a menu and make purchases directly from the gas pump, like the gas pump kiosk, or you could go online and make a purchase. So Casey has all these entry points for purchases. And so as the marketing team at Casey's was like, hey, we're planning to do promotions. We're planning to provide some type of customized promotions. It's hard to do that unless you see all the purchases that can happen, right? My husband goes here as well. I tend to buy pizza frequently. He's always buying the coffee there. So we're two different people. So when Casey's uses Data Cloud to combine all the data from the registers, the kiosk, and what is happening online, Data Cloud actually becomes the hub, the resource for all of that data to reside in a single place where they now can see all the purchases that are happening. And then the marketing team is now able to offer customized marketing promotions. So for instance, I don't buy coffee. I don't drink coffee at all. But if they were promoting, hey, come to Casey's, here's a free coffee. I'm like, I'm not gonna, that doesn't get me out of my seat, right? But my husband, now that they can see that he is always a regular coffee purchaser, he's going to get customized marketing promotion. I, who often buy pizza, might see that I get, oh, there's a $5 discount for pizza, right? And so like those are customized marketing promotions that they can offer because they're taking data from all these very unique places, combining them in one spot, and then of course organizing it and running a promotion off of it. So now that we've talked a little bit about Data Cloud, let's branch into what is this new world? What does this new marketing app look like? So if I go to the upper left and I go into the app launcher and I click on marketing, I can actually pull up the marketing app. And so, if you've been in Salesforce, you're going to see it. It looks and has a lot of the same look and feel as Salesforce, right? But you're going to see at the top different items. So for instance, segment is a choice, analytics, profile explorer, consent, identity resolutions, right? These are unique tabs. That's not something that you would normally see. And again, it's because the new marketing system is sitting on top of and connected to Data Cloud. So a lot of the inner workings and how you operate inside the new Marketing Cloud app is going to be with a lot of tabs for Data Cloud. So here's some of the things that are, making some comparisons and how your terminology will change. So in the new marketing application, so the new Marketing Cloud, you're going to be creating lists with segmentation, right? In account engagement, you would use dynamic lists or segmentation lists. On the left here, you're going to be, if you need to do something, if some action needs to happen inside of your marketing application, you're going to be using flows. That's going to replace in account engagement, automation rules, engagement studio programs, or completion actions. Scoring and grading, that's actually going to be done with calculated insights. So again, calculated insights is a common core functionality for Data Cloud. And then also engagement history dashboards and B2B MA. That is going to be the new way to do it, replacing Salesforce operational reporting. So why should marketers care about Data Cloud? So I want to go into now a little more detail on the marketing side of capabilities. So we already touched on segmentation. So, I know it sounds silly, like I get it, right? I'm going to be able to go into Data Cloud and create, a list for anything that I need to use. But I would say it's going to be far more expansive and universal. So where in the past you were really limited to the world of what's in your Salesforce, if you could put it in Data Cloud, you literally can segment on literally anything. So again, imagine I like to use a webinar. So if you have a webinar platform, you could start streaming that data inside of Data Cloud. And now you can pull up segmentations directly from some of that webinar data. Or like website traffic. Literally anything you put in there will work. I also think one of the key capabilities, it's really going to give you that I know it sounds cliche, the 360-degree view, but again, it's across anything, any of your ERP or your sales transactions, emails, landing pages, sales, websites. So you're going to be able to get far more broader reach. One thing I like is that you can do retargeting ads. So in the account engagement world, that's not possible. So what you can do is that you might say, I'm going to run a segmentation. So again, leveraging segmentation to say, here's a group of people that we're really trying to target. Then you can, through Data Cloud, you can activate that segmentation. And then of course, now you're going to be using that across Google Amazon or any of the Meta. So you're going to be able to really focus on targeting specific groups outside of what you can do even within your marketing application. And another cool capability is that you actually can ingest detail back. So if you were targeting like, hey, I'm going to retarget ads for Facebook and LinkedIn, and then all of a sudden you actually also can bring detail back, not at an individual level, but you can actually, as information on that campaigns are become known, you can actually pull that back into your data cloud as well.
Hey, Jen, sorry to interrupt you. Question about the retargeting. Is that a connector that's available directly? So I know from my marketing days doing retargeting, you would have to upload a list to Facebook from whatever database you had, like as a CSV file. Or do you know if that's a connector, or have you seen that before?
Yes, like I said, I haven't personally done it, but again, when I remember like studying for the data cloud, it was exciting. So it's simply you're going to be able to, like, Meta is one of, you're saying, is it a connector? I'm not sure that connector is the right word for it, but you're able to make, not the connector, but you're able to make a connection with Meta through retargeting. Okay. And then so it's basically one of the core capabilities of data cloud is activating a segment. And so when you walk through the steps of activating a segment, you would naturally have some like already a connection made with Meta. And then of course, through those steps of activation, you would be able to send that data over to them.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just a quick time check. We're at about 8 minutes.
Yep. Sounds good. I only have a couple slides too, but thank you.
Yep.
And then marketing cloud growth and advanced. One key thing is that you're going to actually use a lot more key functionality with flows. So if any of you are familiar with Salesforce flows, thumbs up, you're in a good shape. If it's something that, I've always thought about doing more of those, or I want to learn more, I think now is the time to get started on that, because, if your company transitions into the marketing cloud growth and advanced, making anything happen in the system is going to be done with a flow. So like I said, like on the earlier slides, in a world of account engagement, anything you did with an automation rule or a segmentation rule or a completion action, you would now be doing that with a flow. You can also see improved SMS features. So that's a big plus for the marketing cloud growth and advanced. So in account engagement, you didn't have SMS capabilities. Now you would. And in marketing cloud engagement, I think they have now two-way SMS. And that was available on the new marketing platform as well. It's also providing a good foundation for consent, and also that opportunity influence is a really hot topic as well. So the key here is I would say one of the key values of data cloud is it's really giving you faster time to value. So for instance, like for some of the items here, like you probably could pull aside and your company say, like, look, I'm really trying to do this. And, you can always build technology to make it happen. But with data cloud, it's, it's designed for you to plug into. It's already designed to process data and do some of the common features and functionalities to match people, and also then to distribute, to either analyze or activate that data, or like I said, leverage it in marketing applications. So again, it's going to give you, it's a faster way to leverage data that otherwise was never used or untouched. I have a couple of slides here, but I also want to, as I've kind of evolved with this product in the last 6 months, I feel like a lot of people have the mindset of, okay, so I'm in marketing cloud engagement, or I'm in account engagement, and now I'm going to have to think about when I'm going to switch. And people think of it as such a binary black and white, where you're like, okay, I'm in one system and then I'm going to completely be in another. And I would actually challenge that thinking, because the more I've learned about how systems were working and I see the systems evolving, I really think it's more about how you would use your current system together with the new marketing app. So for instance, in account engagement, maybe you just want to use SMS. And so you're going to still do 9 out of 10 of the marketing functionalities in account engagement, but whenever you need to text, you would flip into the new marketing app. So again, I think it's more of leveraging those systems together is, I think, the world we're in today, right now. And then I will just, I'm going to jump here to some of the challenges that I've seen. So again, I'm going to be slowly migrating my horse and car examples, because again, you would say, couple things that I've seen is that there has been a delay on getting information available in segmentation. So again, in the new Marketing Cloud Growth and Advanced, when you put something or a new lead or a new contact in Salesforce, it can take up to 12 hours to actually get into your marketing app. So there's a delay with that data. Some people think the flows get complicated, like to execute some of the flows. It's not just simple drop downs. It gets fairly sophisticated at times. And so I know that's been some feedback of a challenge. I think there's still not feature parity between the Marketing Cloud Growth and Advanced to the existing systems. So in account engagement, for instance, there's no custom redirects, there's no page actions, form handlers. So again, these are the items that we're still watching for. And I think another challenge is uncertainty on cost. There's still a lot of questions of, even if someone's like, yeah, I'm interested. Yep, I'm interested. This looks good. I think this is what we want. There's still a lot. It gets really hard to understand how the cost structure works. So I think those are some of the current challenges. And this was a slide. This is probably from late summer, like August. But in terms of when Marketing Cloud Growth came out, like this was like a common way of trying to understand the cost structure around it. And so again, it's sitting down. I would highly recommend talking to your AE if this is something you're considering, and they can help walk you through how that cost structure works. But going back to my example or analogy at the beginning, where are we at? It still very much feels to me we're at a precipice of like the horse versus car. And this is a slide I was trying to give credit for it, but it wasn't clear. I've seen this many times on the internet, but I liked it for its visual. And this was on the left. This is Easter morning in New York City in the year 1900. So you can see there's a little red circle. That's the one automobile and in the entire street full of horses and buggies. And then you can see on the right, this is exactly 13 years later, same spot. And you can see it's just completely reversed, where you've got one horse and everyone has a car. So I don't make any claims. Again, I think there's still a lot that's happening with the data, but I definitely see the direction it's going, and I am excited about the capabilities. I want to keep everyone's eyes wide open there are some challenges, just like when the new cars came out, there were some known challenges, but over time, new innovations take place. They fix, new things are getting corrected all the time. And again, it's kind of the start of a whole new exciting world. So I'll leave that. So 2 minutes for questions, maybe one if there are any.
Yeah.
Should I come off screen? Probably.
No, you could stay on. Can you hear me, Jen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we only have a minute and a half left, and we do have a question, but it's a question that takes about an hour to answer, unfortunately. But a quick question. So if I'm using account engagement and would like to take advantage of the new Marketing Cloud, how do these two align? And correct me if I'm wrong, but most people should be seeing a banner that invites them to try it out, to try growth out. Any thoughts on that? Are your customers asking about it?
I know Sercante has been really promoting the questions or that pop-up box. It has not been generating a ton of questions from me, but you're right. It's a long question to get started. I would say, first of all, understand what is it that you're excited about in the new system. And I think that is where you can focus on. So I'll give the example of texting. So if you're like, hey, I'm really excited about getting started with leveraging texting, I would say go start by having that conversation with your AE, because your AE could help explain how it works, what it means, and also they can hook you up with the correct Salesforce partner. I would say for the stage we are right now, it does take some help. I don't think we're at a stage where you can just kind of go online and read a couple blogs and figure it out. But I think starting with your AE is a great starting point.
Yeah, that's a great point. Jen, I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. Hopefully that planted a seed and people are interested in it. And hopefully everyone's going to stick around and jump to another session. Thanks again, Jen. I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.